Hey everybody, Shawn here from the Automation Blog and School. And in this episode of the Automation Podcast, I sit down with Tina Deer from Rockwell to learn all about their plans for Automation Fair 2021. Tina, thank you for coming back on the Automation Podcast to tell us all about Automation Fair 2021. Before you jump into the details, and I appreciate this excellent slide we have here, before we jump into the details though, could you please remind our audience of what your role is at Rockwell?
Hi, Shawn. I'm super excited to be back here again. Good to see you and good to hear from you again. So I'm Tina Deer. I lead global marketing for Rockwell Automation.
Awesome. And can you tell us, last year was a virtual fair, right? But that's different this year. So could you tell us a little bit about that and what your plans are for this year's Automation Fair?
Absolutely, Shawn. We're super excited to host our 30th Automation Fair. Can you believe that? In November. And with the current situation, we felt comfortable welcoming our customers back in person and doing it in the safest way possible. So the event is going to be held in person in Houston, and we're also going to make sure that it's available online for virtual attendees who can't make it to the in-person event. And like always, we learned a lot from Automation Fair at home last year. We're taking the best of that, plus all the other 28 automation fairs that we've done. And this year is going to feature everything that our customers love, from engaging keynote presentations to those interactive hands-on labs as well, and then the technical sessions to our industry-centric panel discussions too. And then we've got an exciting signature show floor showcasing the latest innovation and solutions from both Rockwell Automation as well as members of our partner network. So we're taking it to the next level this year for our 30th, and it's going to be a super exciting event.
Yeah, I've attended at Houston before. It's a phenomenal facility and plenty of room for you to do everything you have. So you're going to have a show floor as regular. It looks like you're going to have 330,000 square feet.
Yes, exactly. 330,000 square feet. It's the event itself. We're in terms of what our customers can expect. We're going to start out with perspectives. So this event kicks off on Tuesday, November 9th. It's our highly anticipated keynote presentation where executive leaders from Rockwell Automation and industry experts as well, they share their vision for the future. So previously it had been a media-only event, but this year Perspectives is going to be available by live stream or in person to registered attendees. So in-person seating obviously is going to be limited as we safely socially distance all our attendees, in-person attendees, but online it's going to be available to everybody who's registered.
That's excellent. I remember I went to that one year and I was the only one who wasn't in a suit. So I'll definitely be catching that on online this year. And you mentioned socially distancing, and so if somebody forgets their mask and wants one, or will you have kind of like you see in a lot of facilities where you kind of walk in and there's a whole sanitation area where you can get a new mask or the sanitizer and all that? Is that something that's going to be there?
Absolutely. There's going to be many sanitation sessions as well as supplies, like you said, like masks throughout the venue, all very strategically and conveniently located. We're also making sure that we've got enhanced cleaning and disinfecting processes throughout the whole venue. And then we've also upgraded the ventilation, that particular facility has that. All of our snacks and beverages are going to be individually packaged. And like I mentioned, the seating options in the session rooms as well as in the dining areas are going to be all socially distanced as well.
Oh, that's excellent. The other thing is, it seems like you're having just as many tech sessions as you normally did. You have over 100 of these?
Yes, we're going to have over 100 tech sessions. So this includes our hands-on labs as well as training sessions. And it's basically going to be focused on, okay, how do we help our customers overcome their biggest challenges? So these sessions and labs are going to be presented by experts from both Rockwell Automation as well as our partner network members. And I would say that space is going to be limited. And so I would definitely urge your listeners to register as soon as possible to get their spot in the sessions as well as labs in person.
Yeah, I think we all kind of understand that with social distancing, whether you're going to a restaurant or you're going to a movie theater, there's a lot less room these days, and that's just an obvious result of having to socially be
Yeah.
distant. Something else I wanted to ask you. I know in years past, it's been a while, but they used to have like a contactless way to get your information. Like if you were interested in the latest module from XYZ, they could scan your badge so that you wouldn't have to like exchange business cards or, write things down. Is that still something you're going to have on the floor where they'll be able to scan your badges to send you information so you don't have to worry about exchanging stuff?
Absolutely, absolutely, Shawn. So those no changes there at all. There will be lots of contactless exchange of information like this, and we continue to look at, even in terms of the registration and check-in, how do we make that increasingly contactless as well?
Now, I want to ask this next question for the benefit of our podcast audience who are listening. If somebody wants to learn more about Automation Fair 21 and or maybe can't go to Houston on November 9th and 10th, so wants to follow online, where would they go?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So they would go to automationfair.com. So registration has already opened, and folks can register for both the in-person as well as online virtual event. And so just head straight to automationfair.com. It's a complimentary event. But however, whether you attend in person or virtually, registration is required. So I would definitely urge your listeners to go there and register today.
Are there any like going to be any product reveals this year? I know some years there's lots of product reveals, and
Mm-hmm.
other years it's more like, hey, these are some tweaks we made to the products. And I'm not asking to spill any beans, but is there
Mm-hmm.
any big reveals or things that the listeners and viewers should pay extra attention to when November 9th and 10th rolls around?
Yeah, no, absolutely. What I would say is that if you've been, on the news, we've had a couple of major acquisitions that we've made over the last 12 months. And so that will be a major part of our showcase there on the floor, seeing how our acquisitions with Fix and with Plex, their cloud-enabled solutions, and seeing how they basically are taking our portfolio to the next level and what our customers can expect from that. That will be a big part of, like I said, both on in-person show floor as well as what they'll hear online. So that's going to be a major piece of it. One area also that we're definitely beefing up is going to be around our industry forums. So really taking much more of an industry-centric view, speaking to the use cases and the challenges that our customers face, and making sure that we're talking about our entire portfolio and understanding how our hardware, our software, our services, and all of the acquisitions that we've made, how they all come together to solve our customers' biggest challenges. So they'll be able to see more of that solution point of view as well. And then we're going to have some very good, cool, immersive exhibits too for those that are going to be there in person. We're going to have a brand new interactive and curated experience that's going to include an exhibit that brings one of our customers' manufacturing story to life. And it's immersive. You walk through it. For any of your listeners who've gone to the recent Van Gogh exhibit that's been going around in the U.S., it's really you're really immersed in it, and that's a little bit of that technology that we want to bring. And you can actually see our contactor line that we have in our Milwaukee headquarters is going to be showcased in that immersive exhibit. And as they walk through it, they're going to see all the different technologies that Rockwell has to offer being brought to life in a way that really relates to our customers' day-to-day life. And for
That's
those of us that are going to be joining via live stream, we will have a dedicated host as well to take you through the shop floor and experience all the excitement virtually.
That's very cool. Very cool. I'm looking forward to that. I think I've covered everything in the infographic that we have up. Is there anything else that we would want the audience to know to prepare them for Automation Fair?
Well, I would say, make sure that they go to automationfair.com and, register there so that they've got that off their to-do list here, their must-do list. And I would say also that, in terms of the experiences, we've got put a lot of good thinking and also making sure that it's very relevant to the world that we are today, post-COVID, all the challenges that our customers are facing, and all the opportunities that are out there as well. They're going to hear a lot, a lot of discussion around how do we bring the strength of Rockwell's portfolio our hardware, our software, our services together with all the wonderful acquisitions that we've made recently and bringing it to bear to solve their biggest problems. So it's going to be quite a different experience. It's going to be a very engaging experience, and I look forward to welcoming all your listeners there, whether it's in person or it's going to be online. I'm going to be there for sure in person myself. It's going to be my first automation fair that I'll be seeing in person, so I'm looking forward to that very, very much.
Well, I hope you really enjoy it. I know I've been to several, so it's always been a good time. And I really want to thank you and your team for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come on the show today. And it's great having you back and being able to do this again and let the listeners and viewers know, everything about this year's automation fair. So thank you again, Tina.
Absolutely. Go to automationfair.com and look forward to seeing you in person or virtually.
Excellent.
Thanks so much, Shawn.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that episode. And I want to thank Tina for taking time out of her busy schedule to come on the show and bring us all up to speed on what their plans are for Automation Fair 2021. With that said, if you're watching on YouTube or theautomationblog.com, please give us a like and a sub. And if you're listening to the audio-only edition on iTunes, Google, Pandora, Spotify, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, or somewhere else, please consider giving us a 5-star review and subscribing, because that really helps us reach a wider audience as well as find new vendors to come on the show. With that said, I want to let you know that you can follow me over at automation.locals.com. You can also ask me questions there. And with that, I want to wish you all a very safe, happy, and healthy week. And until next time, my friends, peace.